Hey plant friends, welcome back to my channel, Houseplantpixie. For everyone that's new to my channel, my name is Monique and welcome back, and thank you so much for tuning back in to my existing subscribers. In today's episode, I thought I'll show you what my Philodendron White Princess is doing, and the plant is massive, and to be honest, I'm not sure what to do with it. So if you've been following me for a while, you've probably seen the first video and the second one. I think I filmed them both about 2 years ago with 6 months in between them. A lot of the young plants I've given away, believe it. I've grown this from a one-leaf cutting. I wish I had a look at my Instagram, because usually I'll post the cuttings. I think it was about 3 to 4 years ago, it would have been 2018, 2019, about 2021. I gave you the first Philodendron White Princess video, and then I gave you an update, I think about 6 months later. And I just looked back and I couldn't believe it. That was 2 years ago. Anyway, this obviously this plant is not living there. That's just for the video, because I wanted to show you. And please comment down below, what should I do with it? We have a few options here. Can you imagine you grow this from, let me show you. I'm not very tall, but check this out, and it's even like going around. So if I would fully extend it, I'm not sure how, it probably would be a bit over 2 meters, I'm not sure. It's grown that funny because I had it in my plant room on my shelf, and I was leaning it on a shelf because this is too, I'll show you a picture here of the full plant. The pot is too small, and I couldn't find a deeper pot because it's happy in that pot, it's growing. So just because a plant is really tall and really big doesn't mean it needs a super big pot. I think I've gone through with you in previous video when I potted them up. Just remember, if they don't grow anymore, if it's stunted growth, means they need a new pot. If you can see the roots coming through the bottom, which in that pot is a bit difficult because it's a self-watering pot, but where the reservoir is, I can't feel any roots, so I'm happy with that pot. I don't see the need to repot it. I just need desperately a place for it, and I don't know. Okay, back to the options. The most pro option to go with would be chop it at the base and take cuttings. Comment below what you think. I don't think I can do it. I'm too attached to this plant. What the plan is, I'm just reorganizing a few rooms in my house, and we'll probably go back on the plant shelf. It's like a super lightweight shelf from IKEA. Excellent for plants if you're looking for shelving. I see if I can find the link below. I'm not sure if they actually still make them, but you'll find similar stuff. And I just had it leaning on top of the shelf, and then it will grow towards the light. Just keep that in mind. So rotate your plants if you want to maintain a straight growth. When plants get that big, you see that in botanical gardens, in the wild, they always sacrifice the lower leaves and focus more energy into the growth. So if you have an old plant and they lose the bottom leaves, it happens. I don't think you can avoid that, because it had pretty equal light. And okay, I have to admit, I was probably a bit neglected with my watering schedule every now and then, but with these guys, remember, rather underwater than overwater. Once the leaf axil is droopy, you can water it so that it's due to watering. Not sure if you can see that. So no need to repot. As long as it's growing, and look at the top, how happy it is. Right here, nice and lush, and in the leaf you can't even see. It's like half white, half green. It's just a stunning plant. So for everyone who hasn't seen the first 2 episodes, I just run through the care of this plant very quickly. So as far as humans, a good, like what you eat, that's how you look, and your skin and everything is the same as plants. Please spend a bit of time to, like, I was never a big fan of it, but I started doing it, mix a few different medias. So buy your premium potting mix, add a bit of orchard mix, some perlite and some horticultural charcoal. Your plant will benefit from it. And if your plant is healthy, you have the drainage, you have less problems with pests and diseases, your plant will grow, and it just all goes from there. Trust me, it's worth it. Just quickly, a premium potting mix is good to invest in because it comes with a bit of nutrients. The horticultural charcoal is actually like a fungi preventative. It's great. So if you do overwater, and it also helps a bit with fungus gnats, it's great to put in. So you put not much, like 10% of your potting mix. The orchard barks will actually encourage a bit more drainage. You want that. You don't want the water to just sit on top of it. You want a happy medium that the water drains through and also holds some nutrients. And you have the perlite. It holds the water and releases it slow, so you don't have to water as often, and it's also helping with drainage. It's an excellent combination for all philodendron. I'll have this guy, this is a Hoya obovata, loves it. Basically all my plants, I use the same potting mixture. It's a little bit different if you have a very small plant and they have fine roots. You probably go with a bit more perlite, but that's a different topic. With the light requirements, it's a philodendron. They want medium light, but because it has the white in it, I'd say more bright light. In my plant room I have like LED lights, so I've got artificial light to help the plants with. So these days you can buy like either an LED grow light, but it doesn't have to be that fancy. A normal lamp, and get a really high, like a globe with high lumens, like a really bright one, or you buy a globe that is an actual grow light. They are available these days and they're fantastic if you want to help your plants, or if we often have in the house a dark corner spot, and give the plant some light. It's fantastic. I love it. And you don't have to, but it's just an idea. I'll have them on timers, so they actually come on at like, I think it's 7 in the morning and turn off at 7 at night. And if you have like a good globe, it's not costing you a whole lot of money. I know that. I have a whole room with lots of lighting in it, and I'll survive. My power bill is not that high, I promise. Right. With feeding your plant in winter, I absolutely do nothing. I call it plant runner. I give that, and to be honest, this one I probably fertilized once in the 4 years, and that's about it. I think I'm not big on fertilizer because I've burned a few plants by using too much, but I'm a big fan of the slow release fertilizer that you just sprinkle on the plant and then the plant takes whatever it needs, but not in winter. In winter they're slowing down, the light is less. Probably the best time to fertilize is in spring, and then yeah, give it a liquid fertilize. You can foliage fertilize, that's completely up to you. I think everyone has a preference, and yeah, if you want to comment below your preference on the fertilizer, I'd love to know. Another care tip I'd like to give is dust your leaves. So just take whatever, fiber cloth, some people use paper towel, some people use a sponge. I love to use detergent, because if you have any mealybugs, spider mite, anything like that on it, with the detergent, it will actually destroy the little membrane on the bug, on the mealybug, and you get rid of it. I never had any mealybugs on this one, fingers crossed. But all you do is you come over here and rub the leaf and the underside, check your leaf axis, and then again, that's not something you have to do all the time. Do it with your spring clean. And this is that was the super tiny bit I divided. It had the really high variegation. I just couldn't let go of it. I'm not sure how many cuttings I had. The ugly duck went to my friend. She watched the video and said, "Oh, do you still have this plant?" And I gave it to her. Still alive, but it doesn't have that really wide variegation. And this one is super big as well. Again, it's not growing fully straight because I had it leaning on the plant shelf. Oh, look at these individual leaves. It's just so, you see that? It's just such a pretty plant. I just can't bring myself to cut it or get rid of it. I hope you liked this video. If you did like it, give it a like. Thank you so much for watching it all the way to the end, and I see you next time. Until then, stay planty. Bye.